This city that I built in Build-A-Boat for Treasure is one of those builds that I call too neat to delete. It's really cool, it does do what I wanted it to do, kind of, but it fell short in a lot of ways. In this video, I'm going to show you all about it and what I'm doing to fix it. Check out the cute little cars. So these little cars use light bulbs for wheels. You can see the light bulbs underneath here, and yeah, they can turn on if you do that. I don't know if there's an activate. Oh yeah, I've got it tied to the F key on my keyboard there, so I can activate the lights. It doesn't really do a whole lot. They're not exactly headlights. They're undercarriage lights. Anyway, the build was really cool, and I want to show you why it was cool and why it doesn't work, and it is the exact same thing. So if I reveal everything here, check this out. This is what it actually looks like. There's the driving wheels for these vehicles. So there's my vehicle down below. Now this thing's just floating. It's not actually touching the ground right now. Or rather, it kind of is, but it's collision off. Everything down here is collision off. This counterweight just kind of keeps everything balanced. So it's actually, all the action here is happening up here. So here's my left and my right. I've just got this wheel here flipped upside down so it controls correctly. This uses WASD on my keyboard. It's also fit for mobile users. The two wheels and the counterweight allow it to be a very narrow vehicle. So you couldn't put another wheel right beside this to make it a four-wheel sort of thing up here in the air like this and still have it be this narrow. The reason it's important for it to be this narrow is that I can pull up right next to one of these other vehicles, or rather pass it, and you're still in your lane, and that allows the vehicles to actually drive past each other on the highway. But if you try to crash into each other, they get kind of tangled up. If the wheels actually hit each other, they have to have collision on, obviously, because they're driving on this ice. And that can cause problems. Occasionally, if you're on a corner like this right here and you kind of hit the edge of it, you can see there's like a seam right here, you know, where the two corners pieces coming together. I could probably do a better job of kind of cleaning that up a little bit, but every once in a while I've ran into the occasion where it can slip off of that corner somehow, and then the whole thing just kind of falls over. Now, so these vehicles are confined to the plot completely. You can see where they're completely, you know, confined. They can't get out, they can't go to the river even if they wanted to, and if they did get off of this thing, they would just fall over because that big counterweight would do its job, and you'd end up kind of, you know, upside down in an awkward position, and you wouldn't be going anywhere because you wouldn't have anything to drive on. Yeah, as I said, I've made some modifications to this, and I wanted to show you that. Oh, first, let me show you this here. This is, there's holes here where this bar sticks through, so you have to do this ahead of time. And this little rod right here is part of that. It's part of that hole, so it creates the difference between, you know, this piece and that piece. Anyway. It extends on over here. If I run over here to this side, you can see that two other vehicles were anchored on this little piece of road right here. There's a couple of holes right there, and I have moved them out. I set them over. Well, I set them over here just so I could do the video. So it's one of the things I didn't like about this, is because I chose that position. I should have parked them over here. That would have been better. I could have had the vehicles parked over here, and then they wouldn't have been, you know, in each other's way in the middle of the road. So I never really did like that. And of course, I could move those things, but there were still so many things I didn't like about this. There's so much cool about it too. It really is one of those things that's just too neat to delete, because it does work and it did accomplish its mission. But let me show you the upgrade. Check this out. Oh, I love a good upgrade. I love being able to reuse a build and make something new and awesome and exciting out of it that reinvigorates me. So this one here, you can see I'm doing some stuff up here in the sky. I've raised up the base panel up 200 blocks so that I keep my reference, and I can build stuff up here. And you can see I've got a little building there that's under construction, and if I can zoom out to the right level, you can kind of see that. There's my little construction crane there. And this stuff is all pretty small scale, so, you know, these are the truss blocks here, and just little pieces of plastic and little thin stuff. These windows here, these are panels, so you can see that like this, if I can get a hold of one of those little panels there, you can see it's just a sliver that runs through the middle of the building. So it's the same on Same on this side over here as is on this side. It's the same panel. So it just does like a big crisscross kind of pattern through the building to kind of make it look like little windows there. And the floors are all just, you know, one piece through there. Of course, the core is just a hollow mess of these crisscrossy pieces. There's no interior in these things, and there never will be. That was never the intention. However, there's my parking garage. This is going to be a cool like ramp feature where these little trucks are going to be able to drive up these things and up inside the parking garage here. And then I think I'm going to do like crosswalks or whatever you call them, like little tunnels that go like from the parking garage will sit here, and then they'll go over through these other buildings. Oh, but let me show you the cars. This is awesome. So these cars are from my previous video. They have suspension, and you can see here's the suspension right there, and I can jump in there and you can get an idea of how kind of the suspension works just a little bit there. It's a little flexible, but this is cool because, you know, I'm not constrained anymore by the thing up in the sky, the path that requires them to stay on the roads, so they can go a little nuts. And right now I have the speed set up to a, you know, kind of a breakneck kind of speed because I was playing around on the river earlier with these things just for fun, and now I'm stuck on these Jersey barriers. I can't get out. Okay, I gotta fix that. I would be able to get out of here eventually because I've done it many times. Not sure exactly how I'm gonna get out of here this time. That's kind of unimpressive. Okay, well, never mind. I'll just grab another vehicle, because look at this. I got a few more here. So there's a few different types. I've got some, this is like, you know, kind of a regular car, and I wanted to show you, this is a wheel size difference here. You can see there's a, this is like one of the monster trucks. This is from my previous video, and I just kind of pulled that one over. It's still running too, isn't it? Oh, geez. Okay. Doesn't like being touched. All right, there we go. I just had to turn off those wheels. So these are smaller wheels, smaller diameter, so they go slower, and they're almost a little easier to control. There's a race car type thing right there, and then here's like a box truck, and that kind of mimicked the little UPS truck I had in the previous build. And there's another sedan just like this one. They're nothing really special, I get that, but the cool thing is just the way they're able to drive around. So really I'm probably going to go down to like wheel speed, I think 20. I was playing around with this earlier, and it seems like 20 is a nice, comfortable speed. They're a little bigger, obviously, than those other vehicles were, so they kind of take up the entire road. They're a little bit out of scale. The other ones were kind of meant to be much more to scale. These, they fit the lane, you know, so in that regard, they're okay. But there's a lot of things about them that kind of don't fit the scale just yet. Probably going to leave them alone. They kind of have a different purpose now. So, but these can get to driving down to the river, and although they'll never make it to the treasure because most of the pieces here are plastic. Let's see. Oh nope, that's gold. Oh well, maybe I was lying about that. Maybe all that's gold. Let's see. What was I going to do? Oh, I was going to turn the wheel speed up, and I'm going to crash this thing on the river. I'm going to try. We'll see how far I get. I think I already did this in my previous video, but I'm shooting for 5 stages. If I can make it 5 stages, I think I'm doing really good, because it seems like I've only been able to get to 4 before. This is not a good, that's not good. I gotta find a path through here so I don't actually hit anything. They're so soft that if I touch something with them, I'm gonna have to. I just have to hope I touch a block that has a little resilience. Oh, that wasn't it. Okay, now I'm stuck because now I don't have any control. All I have is back wheels, and I'm dipping my face in the river here, and I can't breathe underwater apparently. So, well, I think I'm not going to get 4 stages. that was like 2.5. Let's see, do I get credit for 3? I do. Okay, awesome. Because my head made it into the last stage before I actually reset. Anyway, how cool is that? It's going to be cooler, and I'll show this in another video later. I just wanted to show it off right now because I'm so excited about it, because I finally got it to the point where these vehicles are moved in here and they're functional, and I'm not constrained anymore. And it's really reinvigorated me to build on this build some more. So these buildings up here, will probably be the only ones that are fancy like this, because I realized that they add a lot of loading time to the build. If I got rid of them, I could probably cut off, you know, a good 20 seconds, 30 seconds easily just to load these buildings by themselves. There's quite a few pieces in here. Might be more than that, I don't know. It's a significant chunk of the amount of loading time that it takes to load the entire city just for these buildings. The parking garage is going to be kind of a mess that way too, because it has a lot of pieces. But the parking garage is also going to have the purpose of actually being, you know, able to be driven on. These other ones are just for show, and I don't really care for that as much as I'd like to, you know, have something functional. So anyway, before I forget to say it, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. And if you've watched this far, you've already watched to the end of the video, and I really appreciate that because that helps my metrics on YouTube a lot. And although I don't do YouTube to make money, I just do these videos to show off how much Build-A-Boat is awesome. So if you see me in the game, ride with me to the treasure if you would, please, and show me all your awesome stuff, because I love to see that kind of thing too. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.